Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at the Sangster International Airport. The runway is being extended, and on the left you can see the work being done on the actual extension. Okay, the largest airport in Jamaica is the Sangster International Airport. It's located in Montego Bay, Jamaica, and although it's the largest airport in Jamaica and also the busiest, it doesn't have the longest runway. Its runway is 2,662 meters. So the government is spending 5.3 billion Jamaican dollars to extend the runway. So when completed, the runway is going to be 3,060 meters. So it's going to be extended 408 meters. And that will make it the longest runway in Jamaica. The airport project, it's one part is the extension of the runway. And that's going to cost 5.3 billion Jamaican, or 34 million US. But there's additional work that's going to be done at the airport. So the total budget is 10.9 billion Jamaican dollars, or 70 million US dollars. Alright, so the additional work that's going to be done is they're going to do some shoreline protection work, the runway realignment, the widening of the taxiway, and the echo and jet blast screens. They're going to be the relocation of thresholds, relocation of navigational aids, and they're going to put in something called a RESA establishment. That is the establishment of runway end safety areas. So you're going to have two at each end of the runway, and those RESAs, or the runway end safety areas, they are necessary to fulfill the International Civil Aviation Organization requirements, and they also will increase the safety of the runway. Alright, so this is, building a runway is not as simple as building a road. So a foreign company called Legon Aviation and Infrastructure Limited is doing the work. Their head office is in Belfast, which is Northern Ireland, and they build runways all over the world. So they were selected to do this project. Now, as you can see from the beginning of the video, the work has actually started, and it should finish in 2023. So, as you know, the planes keep getting bigger and bigger, and so to ensure that these massive planes and the newer planes that are being built can land in Jamaica, the runway was extended to accommodate them. And just to give you an idea, the runway at the Sangster International Airport is going to be 3,060 meters long when finished. And they measure the runway by the takeoff runway area called Toro. So the Toro for the runway will be 3,060 meters at the Sangster International Airport. The Norman Manley International Airport, that runway is 2,716 meters. So the runway at Sangster International will be about 300 meters longer than the one at Norman Manley International Airport. There is a third international airport in Jamaica, the Ian Fleming International Airport, but its runway is much smaller compared to these two. I think only small planes can land at that other airport. Alright, so this is an excellent project. It's needed for Jamaica. You have to admire the progress that's being made. Now, the airport, the Sangster International Airport, was owned by the government, but it was privatized some years ago. So it's now managed by the MBJ, MBJ Airport Authority, and the MBJ is extending the runway under the Airport Capital Improvement Plan, and it's funded from the Airport Improvement Fund. So you guys can leave a comment in the section below telling us what you think about this runway expansion. I think it's an excellent idea and well needed. Alright, so now we're going to take a quick tour of the Sangster International Airport. So we're coming up to the arrival area now. On the left is the arrival area, and we said earlier that this is the busiest airport in Jamaica. Now, bearing in mind that Jamaica has a population of 3 million and 1 million live in the city of Kingston, and the second and third largest populations. Okay, on the left, that's the arrival area. So basically, the majority of Jamaica's population lives in the Kingston and St. Catherine area. Okay, straight ahead, that is where you can get the private buses and taxis to take you usually to the all-inclusive hotels. That area straight ahead. Okay, so the majority of Jamaica's population lives in the Kingston area. So this airport, the Sangster International Airport, is mostly used by tourists. And judging by the fact that it's the busiest airport, it can accommodate up to 9 million passengers or 9 million travelers every year. So it's a lot of tourists that use this airport. So when you talk about areas like Negril, Montego Bay, Ocho Rios, this is the airport that the tourists would use to come into Jamaica. Okay, straight ahead, that's the departure area. I guess it would say the departure terminal. It's a very nice airport. There is a very nice sign, Sangster International Airport. The airport is named after a former Prime Minister of Jamaica, Sir Donald Sangster. The airport in Kingston is also named after a former Prime Minister, but the one in Boscobel, that's on, most persons just refer to it as the Ocho Rios Airport, but I mean, as in Ocho Rios, but it's actually in Boscobel, the Ian Fleming International Airport. That one is named after the writer, a non-Jamaican, a writer. He wrote the James Bond books, but he lived in Jamaica. Alright guys, so thanks for taking a tour of the airport with us. Remember to like, share and subscribe, and you can leave your comments in the section below. Have a good day.